Hey, you want to talk about the Simpsons movie?
Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Hey, did they ever make that sequel?
It'll get here eventually.
Welcome back to the Out of Touch podcast. I'm Chris, that's Bill, and today we're watching the Simpsons movie from 2007.
Yep, 2007.
So Bill, what did you think of the Simpsons movie?
I can't believe it took 18 years to get to it. But I did enjoy it when it came out, and I still enjoy it.
Yeah, the Simpsons movie is like a thing that they kind of were trying to make for an extremely long time that
Oh, yeah.
at certain points was just like, oh, that's never going to happen. But,
And then one day in like 2006, they're like, by the way, it's coming.
yeah.
I remember they had like the teaser shirt of Superman on the couch, and they had like the release date, Homer being like, uh-oh, we better get started.
It's kind of like an odd movie because like it's a good movie, and it has like more memorable things about it than I originally thought. And maybe it's just because like rewatching it, it's like I have seen this movie quite a few times now that I'm like, yeah, okay, it's pretty good. But it's funny. It has some of like the things that you always notice with like a cartoon show kind of becoming like a feature film where like the animation is like, hey, we're gonna like do like light and shadow stuff, and it like almost seems like it's darker than the actual cartoon show because they don't do that in the cartoon show like they did with Bob's Burgers.
That extra bit of shading.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
it's just like it's the movie version,
But I would say the show now is probably closer to this than the show at the time, because this was kind of right before the switch to HD and stuff with The Simpsons,
Oh yeah, right.
which they didn't really do until season 20, I think.
Okay.
So like The Simpsons now, I think probably resembles this more than back then.
I mean, probably because technology has gotten better. I don't
Oh,
know
yeah.
how The Simpsons is animated now, but I'm sure it's just like a machine.
Not
You know?
not like say like South Park, where they can knock that bad boy out in a week if they wanted to.
Yeah, I know they had like the thing where like Homer was answering questions in like
That was a weird.
real time.
Yeah, that was a weird gimmick.
Yeah, and I'm sure if they did that now, it could be even like better with the current technology.
Oh yeah, you probably do more than just sit there.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That was weird.
I don't remember if that like was that must have been after the movie. But,
Yeah, it was. It was sometime in the 20s.
Yeah.
The Simpsons has been on so long that there's so many eras. You got the golden era. There's the switch to digital animation. The switch to HD. There's points where voices change, where characters have to drop for one reason or another.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
R.I.P. Phil Hartman.
Yeah. But there's so much Simpsons, and it's kind of funny because, this movie, it's like the movie of The Simpsons, and it's kind of like a bizarre story in some ways.
A little bit, though. There's a very famous episode of The Simpsons that at one point was actually considered to be the movie. And you would not believe the episode.
What episode?
And it's pretty far back.
Okay.
Camp Krusty.
Really?
Yeah, because I listened to the commentary of that, and apparently James L. Brooks is like, oh, this story should be the movie. And they couldn't bring it to feature length. They had trouble bringing it to regular episode length, apparently. So they just became a regular episode, and they just stayed away from the idea for a movie for a while.
Yeah, that's interesting because, like, I feel like, early Simpsons definitely seem like, at least from my impression, it seemed like, Bart was, like, the character.
He was the breakout character initially. A lot of Simpsons was Bart-centric. Do the Bart Man,
Yeah.
all that stuff. So, like, the idea of the Simpsons movie being centered on some kind of adventure that he's having, yeah, that's very much of that time, but we're long past that. Homer's the face of the show now.
Yeah.
So, of course, he'd be at the center of the movie.
Of course. But, yeah, I like the movie a lot, though. It has, like, a lot of, like, really good moments, like...
A lot of good slapstick. That's the one thing I always remembered. It's like, the stuff that I laughed the hardest at was the slapstick. The stuff on the roof. Just anytime somebody got clocked in the skull with something, Russ Cargill throws something at the dome, it just bounces off and just immediately hits himself in the face. I love
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, it definitely does have a lot of stuff like that.
Homer's stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I don't know. It's hard to talk about, honestly, because like The Simpsons is just such a gigantic franchise, and like this movie is just like, I can't really think of anything from the movie that like would be like something like iconic to The Simpsons, really, because like all their iconic stuff kind of already happened. It has like a lot of callbacks to like other stuff that
little
already
bit.
happened, which is fine.
I guess it would have even been more because, some people may not know this, but there's the villain Russ Cargill, who's voiced by Albert Brooks, credited as A. Brooks, as he always is. Just an old callback at this point to when nobody wanted to be credited to being on The Simpsons. He was famously also Hank Scorpio.
Sure, do you expect me to talk?
I don't expect anything from you except to die and be a very cheap funeral.
And in an early version of the story, they were just going to bring back Hank Scorpio. But I think a couple different reasons. I think they're like, do we really want Hank Scorpio to be like the villain? Do we really want to taint that episode?
Can't do that.
Just best to have just an original character. Plus, you get the same basic performance anyway. It's still Albert Brooks. He's still being funny.
Yeah.
We don't need to step on the Scorpio episode of The Simpsons. Leave the classic where it is.
Yeah. I love Hank Scorpio. It's the best.
Yeah. I don't want to hate him.
Yeah. No, he's like a,
He's trying to
James
take.
Bond villain.
He's so nice though.
Yeah.
Let him conquer the world. He'd probably be a better leader.
My favorite line in that episode: "Stop that man! He's supposed to die."
It's an all-timer right there.
So good. But yeah, it's just like a weird movie because like the whole plot is like, I guess it has two plots. It's got like the Bart kind of being like, my dad kind of sucks, and Flanders is a better dad than my dad.
Yeah, there's the Lisa in love subplot, and then there's the Homer falls in love with a pig and then destroys everything plot,
Yeah.
causing Springfield to get trapped under a dome. It's all set up by Grandpa having a vision,
Yeah.
which apparently was originally going to be Marge.
Okay.
But they realized it's like, it's kind of messed up that something weird happened to Marge and nobody cares. And maybe it should be Grandpa. It makes more sense if only Marge is like concerned about that. And everyone's like, it's just Grandpa being crazy. He's off his meds or something.
I love when like after the church and they're just in the car and Grandpa's like in the rug and they're just like going to Waffles and like Marge is like, we gotta discuss this. She's like, Grandpa, what do you think? And he's like, I want banana on my waffles. And then just like that classic heartless Homer where they leave Grandpa in the car and he's just like, hey, I'm still in here. And then he just rolls out the window the tiniest bit and then just walks away. It's just like, there it is.
Yeah.
Like,
It definitely feels a bit old school or Simpsons in that compared to how it was at the time, because they brought back a lot of older writers.
yeah.
Like you look at the credits, it's like a who's who of like classic Simpsons writers.
Yeah, definitely. Like that moment's pretty good. Yeah, like the whole like thing of like, the EPA.
EPA!
Homer with like the pig silo full of pig crap.
Oh man, there's a great joke that didn't make the movie. And it's in the preview on the DVDs of like that scene in like an animatic form where she's just like, I don't think that's what a silo's for. Are you questioning my farming skills?
Nice. Yeah. I mean, one of the funniest things with the pig, like, I mean, there's a lot of funny things with the pig, like the spider pig thing, like,
Yeah.
and then like the Harry Plopper. But like, I think my favorite one is just like, he's just watching TV with the pig. He sees something where like a man kisses an animal, and then he's just like, don't get any ideas. Then he like just is like, maybe we should kiss. It's just like, what is happening?
I mean, I think I remember it being explained at the time. It's like the premise was Homer fell in love with a pig,
Yeah.
and then all hell broke loose.
I also love like just like the little moments in the movie, like when like the mob is like invading their house, and then like Krusty sees like Maggie, and he's just like, "Get her, Mr. Teeny," and like he like has his hat and like puts up his dukes, and then Maggie breaks the baby bottle, and she's just like, "Come on, get some!" Like,
And Teeny backs down. He's like, "Whoa!
Yeah.
Oh crap!"
it's like there's not really a lot of like Maggie stuff in this movie, but like she has that like one hardcore moment.
She's got a couple good little moments sprinkled throughout.
Yeah, I guess she has like the main plot device with like the sinkhole and getting on the other side of like the dome.
Yeah, and she drops the freaking boulder on Cargill's head at the end
Oh yeah,
because Maggie's a freaking gangster.
she is.
She'll shoot you dead.
But yeah, like the whole thing of like, like Homer's like, oh, if I screwed up super bad, we just go and like live in Alaska because that's the plan.
Yep. You get at one point, the infamous Bart making fun of Disney moment.
Oh yeah, of course. We have like the weird President Schwarzenegger in
Yeah,
the movie.
that was done apparently to like avoid immediately dating the movie, because this movie came out in 07.
Yeah.
So like within a year, there's going to be like a new president. So you didn't want to try to make a guess and fail.
Yeah.
You didn't want to be Bush, and then like a year later, Bush is gone. And it's like, oh, this movie's so dated. Now it's like, oh, it's just Schwarzenegger, so it's just a joke.
Yeah. You know, he's got the
And
I
it's
was
ju-
elected to lead, not read.
And it's like it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it's Rainier Wolfcastle essentially.
Yeah.
They just call him Arnold Schwarzenegger in this movie. Like it could have just been Wolfcastle, honestly.
Yeah,
It's the same performance.
it's pretty much. He pretty much looks exactly the same too, except different color hair.
Yeah, which whatever. It's
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, I guess like not too many celebrity cameos. Like, I mean, Green Day's at the beginning.
And they die a horrible death.
Yeah, which is pretty funny. They do like the Titanic death with
Yeah.
like the violins and stuff.
And they did die. They even say they died.
Yeah,
You got Tom Hanks.
yeah, that one's pretty good too.
No, that was great. That was pretty funny.
Like the new Grand Canyon.
Yeah, they didn't overdo it. Though apparently there was like some cut stuff.
Okay.
Apparently there was a cut Sideshow Bob cameo.
Oh man.
Apparently that Aaron Brockovich lady was going to show up, I guess because of the environmental stuff.
Okay.
That also got cut.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of stuff that got cut or changed. And at one point, Lisa's love interest wasn't going to be that random Irish kid. It was going to be Milhouse.
Okay.
They were going to throw Milhouse a bone, but they were like, you know what? Fuck Milhouse.
Man, Milhouse is kind of the worst, like in this movie too. Like
he's
at
such
the end, where he's just like Colin died, and then it's just like, oh wait, no, he's over here.
He just immediately walks up behind him.
Yeah. Man, I mean, like, you know, we got the Bart going through like the town on the skateboard, streaking, and then like,
Going full frontal.
and then Ralph just being like, I like men now.
Oh my God.
Like,
Bountiful penis.
yeah.
Oh man. Bart handcuffed out there, and Nelson just goes ha ha until he's broken.
And his mom just picks up where he left off. Got some pretty good Chief Wiggum stuff where he's like eating the donuts off the gun and like shoots himself like in the face almost, and he's like, that was close.
He keeps doing it.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of the secondary characters. They're mostly just like sprinkled throughout.
Yeah.
Like it's very much focused on the Simpsons family. We get possibly as close as we get maybe to Homer and Marge breaking up, with them abandoning Homer in Alaska and Marge taping over their wedding tape.
Yeah, that's like the most serious I think I've ever seen Marge in The
Oh,
Simpsons.
yeah. Julie Kaplan did a pretty good, like, broken, sad performance.
Yeah.
The little Easter egg of the why birds suddenly appear, which is Homer and Marge's song. It goes all the way back to the flashback episode, the way they were or weren't, or whatever it was called.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember, you know, it's so weird because, like, I remember there's a really good moment with Barney, but, like, I can't remember if it's, like, we're out of coffee or, like, something to do with the dome, but...
I mean, I remember him getting dumped into the lake by Moe. I don't remember too much else with him.
Oh,
Martin's got a great moment, though.
Oh, yeah.
When all hell's breaking loose and they think the town's going to get blown up, Martin just goes for broke and just bludgeons the bullies with a 2x4.
It's pretty good.
It's great.
William has another good moment with, like, the mobsters, too, where, like, they're going to dump in the lake, and then, like, it's just like, I guess I'll take my grass clippings somewhere else.
Chief, I think there was a dead body in there.
I thought that too, until he said yard trimmings. You gotta learn to listen, Lou.
This is why I'm the chief.
So good.
Wiggum is just the worst.
Absolutely is.
There's one moment in the movie that's like so relatable is when like Homer's like frustrated walking in the snow and he's just like talking to himself. He just like kind of is just going like on that whole like kind of like tirade and he's just like, you're stupid. No, you're stupid. Like it's just like so relatable. Like
Homer's got another little vision quest because of that. He
yeah.
meets, he just calls her Boob Lady.
Yep.
He gets punched in the balls. That's always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we get that like you know, sequence with the Spider Pig song being sung by like that chorus.
Which is apparently something, because the movie's score was done by Hans Zimmer.
Oh wow.
I read somewhere that they just kind of did that for the fun of it, and they were like, "Yeah, we're using that."
Nice. It's pretty good.
That should just be Spider-Ham's theme song. They can do that now.
Yeah. I guess so.
Spider Pig, Spider Pig. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's a Spider Pig.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
They're all one big, happily bought and paid for corporate family.
Seriously. It is really weird that The Simpsons is owned by Disney.
Yeah, especially because there's still a big presence at Universal Orlando.
Yeah.
I was just there this year. I drank a beer at Moe's.
You did.
Awesome. And it's probably going to be gone soon because of Disney.
Yeah.
Bastards.
Disney's like, we're going to do Disney's The Simpsons land. And
Ain't going to do shit.
Disney's going to be like, we're going to do Disney's The Simpsons. So, like, all the stuff you like about The Simpsons, we're not going to do that. We're going to do new stuff.
It's gonna be located in an area that looks like The Simpsons, but is not from The Simpsons.
Yeah. So it's something like that.
It'll be Shelbyville.
Oh, man. Yeah, you know, it's just insane that this movie, like, kind of exists. But it's more insane that, like, they were like, we're going to make another one, and then they just never did.
I mean, to be fair, they were like, we'll make another one maybe one day, maybe not for a while, because this was hard. Because they made a movie at the same time they're making, you know, a 20-something episode season.
That's true.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And there's overlap in the, you know, a lot of those, some of those writers were still active on the show. It wasn't just like, so, you know, that's a lot.
You think with the way TV is now, though, they could, like, potentially be like, hey, we're taking a year off to make a movie.
They're on network television. They don't do that.
I guess that's true. Because, like, you see, like, shows, like, on HBO, and it's just, like, oh, yeah, like, the next season's going to be in, like, 2 years. And
Kirby Enthusiasm will disappear for 5 years, and then it'll suddenly come back.
Yeah.
But nah, man, The Simpsons is still on that network television schedule of, like, look, you're getting, like, at least 22 a year.
I mean, good on them that they still do that much output. Like...
There's so many episodes of The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, you can watch, like, The Simpsons for, like, I guess at this point, almost 3 years and watch a different episode every day.
Yeah?
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there are, like, for me, there are large blind spots for me in The Simpsons, like, after, like, you know, I guess right around the movie. Like, it's kind of like I saw the movie and then kind of, like, stopped watching the show, I guess.
Not me.
Yeah.
I'm here till the end. Simpsons has been around as long as I have been, and I've often joked to people because The Simpsons is my favorite show. That, especially that golden era, is embedded in my brain. It's greatly influenced my sense of humor, and like I've joked that it's like, I know it's gonna happen. The Simpsons is gonna end. I'm gonna see the last episode and be like, that was great. Ah!
You just, like, fade away. Just disappear from existence.
Yeah.
You just, like, just sit down, watch that final episode, you're like, that was good. Then you just are not there anymore. Only your clothes are left behind.
It's just like Obi-Wan in Star Wars. It's like, what happened to Bill? Oh, no.
Just show up as, like, a Force ghost in the Simpsons land. Just, like...
It's
But
like
a bunch of other people show up like that, too.
no, like
and-
you'll go to the Simpsons land finally, and you'll be like, yeah, Bill was right. This is awesome. And like the music's playing, and you just like, look, there's a Force ghost me, and whoever else behind me.
Buy a Duff. What was Bill?
Trust me, you got to do it at least once.
Man,
Hey man, been to Moe's, been to the Quickie Mart, the
That's pretty
Aztec
cool.
Theater.
nice. I guess what other locations would you potentially want to go to in The Simpsons?
The Simpsons house.
Yeah, I guess if they made The Simpsons house,
I'm
that
not
would be
sh-
kind of cool.
I'm shocked they didn't do that.
Yeah,
That's something to do.
yeah.
Because, like, you know, they have, like, a Quickie Mart, but it doesn't really look like the Quickie Mart. I don't know if it's still open, but there's one in, like, South Carolina that looks like the one from the show. But, you know, they got the Moe's and stuff. There's, like, a Duff Beer Pavilion and Lard Lad Donuts and stuff.
Nice.
And, you know, that's all cool and stuff. But,
Yeah.
you got to do the house.
Yeah. Or like a ride in the nuclear power plant with like Mr. Burns' safety video or something.
I think you do pass through the power plant in the
Yeah.
Simpsons ride. You go through, like, a whole tour of Springfield, basically.
Mr. Burns has a pretty good moment in the movie too, where like Apu is just like, won't you look into your heart and just do the right thing? And then like it's just like, release the hounds.
He's got a pretty funny bit in the during the credits, too.
Oh, I don't know if I don't think I watched all the credits this time.
Oh man, yeah. There's like a scene where it's like the looters have cleared out everything. It's like Mr. Burns is like, Smithers, I don't believe in suicide, but if you want to try it, it might cheer me up.
It's pretty good.
So evil.
Yeah.
And then it's really just that, and like during the credits, we see the Simpsons like in like movie theater chairs talking at the credits, and then they get up to leave, and Maggie says sequel.
Yeah.
And then like at the very end, the squeaky voice teen is cleaning up,
Yeah.
muttering to himself, I went to film school for this.
It's pretty good. I do like the very beginning of the movie where like Homer just looks at the audience. It's just like, why'd somebody pay money to watch something that they could see for free on TV? Like,
And then the movie goes widescreen.
yeah.
I also like Ralph in the 20th Century Fox logo.
Yeah.
That's fun. It is crazy that it took The Simpsons so long to get a movie when it was just like, how long until South Park got a movie? Like 3 years.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead did a movie. Freaking Aqua Teen Hunger Force did a movie before The Simpsons did.
That is insane. Aqua Teen Hunger Force has done 2 movies now.
Yeah, but that first one actually came out in theaters.
That's true.
And terrified the city of Boston.
That is very true. I mean, in some ways, what were they thinking? But, like,
Don't know.
it is kind of insane that that happened.
Yeah. And, you know, there hasn't been too many TV show to movies since then. Like, Bob's Burgers somehow got a movie.
Yeah.
Family Guy is still sitting on their hands.
They keep threatening a movie, but, like, they've never, like, really...
They've never committed to it.
Yeah.
The closest they did was that Stewie Griffin Untold Stories straight-to-video thing. Even that's just like 3 episodes of the show strung together.
And that was, like, while Family Guy was, like, canceled, too.
I think that was like when it came back. That was kind of part of like
Okay.
the relaunch. Kind of like the
Okay.
Futurama movies.
Right. But, yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, The Simpsons having a movie is so, like, strange.
I
but-
still like that it exists. Can we get a better like Blu-ray or something? Like a nice special edition, a steelbook perhaps?
That'd be cool.
Fucking steelbook, Disney, you rat bastard motherfuckers.
Seriously. Oh,
Yeah,
Disney.
because it's like you get like the regular DVD, and then there's like, it's like the regular Blu-ray. It doesn't even have like a slip cover anymore. I don't think it ever did. And I even looked to see like, was there like a special edition that I just kind of missed out on because I wasn't buying Blu-rays yet? I got nothing.
Oh, man.
Give me
Yeah.
something.
Seriously.
You'll never give me any more Simpsons DVDs. At least give me this.
Yeah, that is weird that, like, you know, it is very difficult to actually, like, own The Simpsons. You can only get up to season 20, I think.
Yes.
Legally.
Yes.
And I guess you
Physically.
you could buy them digitally.
You
of
can
course.
buy them.
Yeah. But, I mean, who knows how long those licenses are not indefinite
No.
from everything
It's-
I've
unless
read.
you gotta like download them on your devices to hold on to them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll disappear forever.
Seriously. Even on if you download them on a device, it could disappear. But I guess you could argue that, you know, discs can get damaged and stuff too.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It's not like that. The Transformers animated movie when I bought that, the digital copy was literally a movie digital file of the movie.
which is insane.
I know. Never saw anything like that before or since.
Yeah. They're just like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
You can own it. We
Yeah.
don't care.
You can make copies of it and just give it to all your friends. It's fine.
I guess I could.
Yeah.
I haven't,
Yeah.
but I guess I could.
It's so weird. I mean, I probably own that same version that you do. Just a digital copy.
It came with that steelbook.
Yeah, I got the steelbook. Yeah.
So if you had redeemed that, you could have literally owned it digitally. Probably expired by now.
Yeah.
Someone probably like, whoa, wait a minute. We actually gave it to them? No. We got to make it like a vague lease
Yeah.
to scam these people.
It's got to be connected to like a streaming service or
a contract.
some sort of tube that.
And maybe it'll appear on your iTunes. Maybe it'll disappear. Maybe you have to get it on the Fandango thing now. Maybe it's on Movies Anywhere. Maybe it's on whatever the hell is going to exist in 2 years.
Maybe.
And
But-
maybe it'll just disappear forever.
Yeah. But who knows? You know, well, The Simpsons won't disappear. It'll be on forever.
Yeah, because they'll just replace everybody with AI.
Oh no. I mean, I guess that's a possibility because they already did that with Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker and the Tarkin guy.
Well, Tarkin was an AI.
Okay.
Tarkin was they had a guy doing an impression and then they just CGI'd a face on him.
Right.
So that was like an actual performance.
Okay.
And I think the Darth Vader might have been someone's performance digitally, with AI turned into Darth Vader's voice. And then there was the weird Luke Skywalker thing, which was like all AI.
Yeah, I was gonna say like because Luke Skywalker showed up at the end of season 2, and they were like, it was actually him, but like we de-aged him. But then like in the other season, they were like, no, it's actually like a fully digital like
deep fake
with like artificial voice and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
well, I knew that wasn't his voice to begin with
yeah,
because Mark Hamill doesn't sound like that anymore.
no.
They could have just found a guy. You
Yeah.
can find people that sound like people, sometimes very uncannily.
Yeah, I don't like that, Like, if The Simpsons,
In fairness, The Simpsons is currently setting a precedent of just recasting people.
which is better, It's like Homer Simpson is, like, one of those iconic characters that, at this point, it's just, like, if The Simpsons, like, doesn't end and they just are like, yeah, we're just gonna, like, recast these roles and,
They
like,
could
kind of
probably
like Bugs Bunny
Yeah,
and just be like, oh, let's see what, like, this guy's take on Homer's gonna be like or
you
something,
you just find the guy that just does a pitch perfect Homer.
which they're out there.
They are out there. I mean,
Yeah.
didn't they do that with Family Guy in Cleveland? They just got a guy who could just do that voice.
They did it with Rick and Morty, and you can't even like tell like the new voice of Rick and Morty. Like they're so close.
Some voices got replaced recently in The Simpsons, and they don't all really sound the same. And except for kind of Martin, the lady that voiced Martin, she passed away.
Okay.
And we have a new Martin who sounds close enough, honestly. Yeah. I mean, we're also at the point where some of the cast members are so old that their voices sound completely different.
I mean, Marge sounds a little rough in those newer episodes.
Oh, yeah. Burns sounds just unrecognizable.
Really?
Oh, he sounds very different.
Oh man.
Yeah, his voice is definitely aged.
Oppenheimer, I am so sick of hearing about that jerk. Well, I built a bomb, then I was sad when they dropped it. Boo-hoo!
Yeah, I gotta watch
Like
New Simpsons just to be
yeah,
like
Harry Shearer's
informed.
his Flanders is still okay, his Skinner's okay, but his Burns like it's gone. It's like different now.
Okay.
It's like to the point where I'm like, maybe we should have let him quit and just get somebody that can just sound like the old voice.
Yeah.
Because we have a new guy doing Carl, and Lenny sounds different to the point where I'm like, yeah, okay, Lenny and Carl sound different now, even though Lenny's still voiced by the original guy.
Okay.
He sounds different. Like it's like, oh, Carl sounds different. Oh, geez, so does Lenny.
I mean, Homer and Bart still sound okay.
Mostly, yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of hear it a little bit if you go from if you put on season 10 and then put on season 35, you can kind of hear the difference.
Okay.
But they're close enough. Same thing with Lisa. Lisa still sounds okay.
Yeah.
Marge is, I think she might be the oldest, so that's
Yeah.
probably why her voice is aged the most.
And Marge's voice in general seems like it's like the hardest voice to probably do.
Oh yeah. And there's also a reason why we rarely, if ever, see Marge's mother.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that voice is like too much. It hurts.
And Patty and Zelma too. Like.
I guess.
Yeah.
We still see them from time to time. But yeah, Marge's mom's voice, I think, was very hard for her to do.
Yeah. But I don't know. The Simpsons, it has a movie.
I do love that Homer more or less made it over Springfield Gorge.
Oh yeah.
And the ambulance is still there.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's probably my favorite cult back. Because it's like, it's all the way back to practically the beginning.
Yeah.
At least of this series.
Man. But yeah, there's so much Simpsons. It's insane.
It's going to be even more because they're going to start exclusive stuff to Disney Plus, not just those shorts, like proper specials.
That's crazy. I mean, it's insane that there's only one Simpsons movie with how long it has gone on. I mean, at this point, it's like Simpsons is going to hit season 40.
Yeah, it's probably going to happen, I think.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It took The Simpsons forever to even just do another two-parter.
Yeah.
Because it was technically a one season finale to a season premiere, but Who Shot Mr. Burns was always basically a two-parter. But it took until I don't know, late 20s at best to do another two-parter. They've only done 2 or 3 other ones.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, well, I don't know. I guess that's Out of Touch podcast for this week.
Watch The Simpsons.
Yeah, go watch The Simpsons movie. Watch The Simpsons. There's so much of it.
Yeah. If you're just looking for something to watch, just put on The Simpsons because you know what? The later episodes are better than you think.
Yeah.
There's some really good ones in the mid-20s.
If you ask me, everybody in this theater is a giant sucker. Especially you!